Good day, everyone. Welcome to the Shrine Cup, the penultimate race here in the 2022-2023, the 30th IndySlotCar season. And Dan Townsend Bell, we got a burn of the points fight here.
We always do. Joe Heights has got a 21-point lead. John Wiedemann kind of faltered a little bit towards the last couple of weeks, but he rebounded last week and had a pretty decent run. Bill Black is still hanging on. And we're here at the Shrine. The Shrine's the oldest track in the circuit. 30 years this place has been on this thing. It was the very first IndySlotCar race was held here 30 years ago.
And on pole position right there, Plymouth, the legend, it is
Dan Margetta with his only thing he's done all season.
Yeah, so he's got the pole in the next to him.
That's
Bill Black. And then next to him, John Wiedemann. Seven-time Mike Lack.
Joe Heights.
It looks like Ev Kamikawa, but the number 60, that is
Mike Kristoff.
That's Brad Cole. Pete Dorn. And then right behind him,
Steve Riss. That's your field for the Shrine Cup.
It is the first heat race, and they are grouped by qualifying order. So you got the three slowest qualifiers grouped together here. So somebody from near the back of the field is going to make the final here tonight. Oh, and a crash there for Brad. And then a spin for Steve coming out of turn one. So that allows Pete Dorn to move to the lead. Oh, Steve with a big smack off the wall. These guys are keeping it close together there, Dan.
Yeah, they're running pretty like they qualified pretty much, all in the pack here.
It's almost like they can't get away from each other more than anything.
Right, and it's interesting to see how this race plays out because one's going to make the final. And I look at this experience-wise, you probably got to go with Steve Rist as far as maybe being the beneficiary of this heat race draw. But don't count Pete Dorn out. He's got a win this year, and Brad Core has been fast the last couple of weeks. He's coming on strong at the end of the season.
He's had a couple of pole positions this year. He didn't qualify well tonight, but hey, who knows? You wind up in the heat in the final. Anything can happen at this track. There's a lot of danger out there.
Steve Rist running solo tonight. His teammate Dean Stroud not here.
We're again missing the champ. And he's had such a heavy media tour throughout his what was supposed to be a defense of his championship, but instead he's just been really enjoying the fruits of his championship from last season.
Yeah, the accolades. I heard they're having a parade in Richmond for him this weekend. That's why he's there.
Yeah. Steve Rist is your winner.
Heat race number 2 of the Shrine Cup. It's Evan the Shankits. Ev Kamikawa, the Mike Yatchenko racing teammates, and Joe Heights and Mike Kristoff. Those are the 3 cars. There they go. They are off, and we already had one contact, but no crashing. Now we got some crashing. We got 2 cars right there together. We got one that had a push. The 2 Michael Shankit cars take off. Well, it's almost like they waited for each other. And then that was Kristoff that had the problem there. So Heights will lead early. Ev Kamikawa second. Mike Kristoff third. Very early on, there's another one up there. That was Kristoff again on his head. And he took his teammate out. They don't know where the cars go. The cars look the same. You've seen right here. Live first-hand experience of what it's like to be a corner marshal here at this track, especially when you got cars painted up exactly the same. There's no, the color schemes are a little different, but nobody knows who's who.
The broken nose.
And Kristoff has a broken nose we're talking from that crash. He must have hit the rocks over there. But he's still going to continue on. Second place is Joe Heights. There they go. And Heights just took the lead from the outside lane. Heights leads over Kamikawa. They're about to lap Kristoff there. He goes, big crash there for Kamikawa. That'll put him down and let Heights streak away. Still, the final seconds are ticking off in heat race number 2. And Kamikawa, you saw there, had another lane jump. He's been plagued with them in the second half. But it's over right there. Joe Heights looks like is your winner. I think Kamikawa's got the transfer spot.
It is heat race number 3. You got the 4 fastest drivers lined up in this one. Your pole sitter, Dan Margetta, and then we've got Mike Lack, Bill Black, and John Wiedemann. Dan had an early spin coming out of turn 1. Early on, it's Lack over Wiedemann. Watch for that pink and blue car to come by, and then that bright yellow car. Then Bill Black out there in that blue and orange, and Dan Margetta, that Carvana car in the blue, as they come around the Shrine to the front straight. Going up on a halfway, Bill Black has opened up a little over a 1-lap lead over John Wiedemann. As we move into the second half, John Wiedemann, that bright yellow 29 car, has now moved out to the lead. We've seen a few spins for Bill Black, who held the lead through most of the first half. Had a few handling issues. Closing in on the finish of this third and final heat race, John Wiedemann has opened up a healthy lead over Bill Black. Bill, however, even though he's going to finish probably second in this heat race, it looks like most definitely he's going to finish second in this heat race. He's already got the transfer total and is into the final. All he's got to do now is keep it on the track and ahead of Mike Lack, who's running third right now. And there it is. John Wiedemann is on to a final, as is his third place competitor in the championship, Bill Black.
Right here, the man who comes back into the final, he's quietly, he's not had the greatest of seasons, but you got to be careful because he's bloody well fast in this lane. So, Steve Rist, what do you got for these guys tonight?
I don't know. I just hope I get red lane soon at the end.
Squirrel Shagged Enterprises, really?
That's about the best lane out here right now.
Absolutely. And so you're going to keep on the inside. Can you take him out like a good bowling game?
I'll try my best to take someone out.
Bill Black from CBD Racing. He's in today with a solid second place in that last final. Bill, you won this race last year. What do you got for him this year?
I'm hoping I got something for him. I'm in the red lane. I love the red lane. This is my favorite race because last year I got to do what millions of slot car drivers have wanted to do. I got to slap Dan Margetta.
Oh, and absolutely. You've joined you've joined a league of women that have done that. This man right here, he's a championship point leader, but he's hoping to extend it. But there's a guy that really doesn't want him to. So what do you got for John Wiedemann tonight?
Good race. That's about all I can say. My car isn't super fast, but I'm going to give it all. I'm going to stay in my lane, keep a super clean race. Hopefully they make some mistakes and just see what happens, man.
You've won a ton of races this year, and you're going to win another one tonight, right?
I hope so. I mean, at first, I don't know, the first half, it was running like a super karate monkey death car, and I didn't know if I was going to even make it, but then, switched to red and got fancy plans and pants to match, so.
I mean, what can you do to get under his skin, that Joe guy's skin?
Win.
The Shrine Cup final. Here we go. All four cars launching. Early big mess there puts John Wiedemann and Bill Black out front. So this is starting to shape up like a repeat of the third heat race, Dan Townsend Bell.
Yeah, it is. A lot of fast guys, and then Steve Rist, who won the first heat race, is in there. But watch Bill Black. He's got that outside lane. Joe Heights is fast. He's running that yellow lane. We've had all kinds of problems of jumping out of that lane into others. I know other guys have run brake in that lane to kind of compensate for that. I don't think Heights is doing it. Heights doesn't know what a brake is at all in there.
No, he does not brake. He just drives through the corner and then hopes the car turns.
This is a good opportunity for John Wiedemann to make up some ground in that points championship.
Doubt. We go into the double points HO Indy 500, and it always helps to be that much closer because you just never know how things are going to go at the 500. Bill Black, about a half a lap lead right now. We watch that blue and orange car come by, and there comes John Wiedemann in that bright yellow.
Bill Black's car. Wiedemann's car does as well, but Black's really bounces down there.
So just like in their heat race where they had the same lane setup, Bill Black in that red lane, John Wiedemann in that blue, and they are battling each other. Nobody else has been so fast in the blue lane like John Wiedemann has. It's impressive.
It really is. And Black, a big crash there.
Oh, a whole mess here.
Big mess there on the straightaway.
We got to get the... we're going to need to get haulers in there. We're going to need to get cranes.
Yeah. That's everybody but Steve Rist in that wreck there. Steve Rist.
Steve Rist out with a crash and on the floor. That's the 4 car. All done.
And we caught up with Steve Rist, who unfortunately had an early end for your race. The car looked like it was a handful.
It's a whole lot loose. But she had some good speed.
Got some pretty good air there, too.
Yes, it was. Quite some air.
So you see you back in the 500 in a couple weeks?
Absolutely. Planning to make that one.
All right, Steve Rist, he'll be back at the 500. Kind of a quiet night tonight. Car was a handful, and he was spectacular. He finishes 4th.
This has not been the cleanest final here of our championship leaders, I would say.
No, it hasn't. But they're doing what they can. This track isn't very easy. I mean, it's a technical track. It kind of lulls you into a false sense of security.
There's a lot of high speed out there.
Right, long straightaways. But those corners come up quick, and if you don't have the handling, you get yourself in trouble. We saw that a couple times tonight with guys that were fast on the straightaways and just couldn't keep in the corners and came off the track quite a bit. you got to put it all together with the total package. And right now, Bill Black looks like he's going to be the one to do it.
He is. Last few seconds now as we watch that CBD racing car, the number 7. And there he is. Bill Black repeats at the Shrine Cup.
Hi, we're down here in Victory Lane at the Shrine Cup for the second year in a row. Same guys back here in Victory Lane. Bill Black.
Wow.
2 in a row.
I've never won 2 in a row before, or 2 years in a row before, so that's awesome. I feel great.
Defended your championship in this event.
Yeah. And the funny thing is, the person standing in the winner's circle is not named Joe Heights.
For once, so I got 2 weeks in a row now. That is. But talk about the season coming together. Back, you had a strong first part of the season. Kind of went away a little bit, but you're coming back at the right time. You're peaking.
I'm hoping to do a little damage. We'll see. I don't know. I need a good Indy 500, and I haven't had one yet. So we're gonna try though.
All right, you'll work on that one.
This is my year. So
all right, we're gonna bring our track owner Mike Kristoff in with the trophy, or the Shrine Cup, and the flag.
Bill, what that dust spot, that's completely blank where this was sitting, you can put it right back in the exact same place on the mantelpiece. Congratulations.
Exactly. Thank you very much, sir.
It's my pleasure to give you the Shrine Cup and
flag.
the checkered flag signed by all your competitors. Congrats.
Awesome.
Nice job.
Thank you, sir.
All right, so looking ahead now, we got one more race left. You're third in points. You made up some ground today. You and Weedman both on Joe Heights. Yeah, you thinking championship, or is that just how you let it play out?
I don't know. I would be really, really happy to catch somebody for second, but we'll see. I don't know. Last year I squeaked into third right at the end, thanks to some help from Brad Ford there. Thank you very much. And this year I got it locked in, so I'm doing better than last year. So that's all I can hope for.
All right, the 2 guys he's chasing, the 2 guys just walked through our camera shot right there. John Weedman.
They don't care about me.
Yeah, they're looking at points already. They're over there already looking at the points sheet. They're trying to figure out who's where going into the
I'm
race.
dead to them. They don't know me no more.
Oh, maybe they sneak.
We only been friends for 30 years. They don't know me no more.
Everybody's talking about the HM 500. It's the last race left of our 30th season. It'll be in 2 weeks' time. We'll crown a champion. We'll have a new HM 500 winner. And wrap up 30 years of doing this, boys. 30 years of doing this. I was still going strong. We're having a lot of fun. And we'll see you at the HM 500. Don't miss it.
See you there.
The IndySlotCar Series thanks you for watching the IndySlotCar channel.